Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin.
This episode is sponsored by Battlephone.com, now with new lower shipping prices.
Okay, work. Come on. Weekender time?
I'm busy.
Right.
I'm busy.
Right. Okay.
Let me get you someone. Here we go.
Oh, no. 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 Tom, I know you can hear me, Tom. Tom! Stop ignoring me, Tom!
Warren, you can't just use the force signal. It's good. You're the boss. Yay, force.
This is it. This is finally it. We are just about to set 2.0 live. I want to say a massive thank you to Tim.
Look at that guy. Look
Look at this guy. Look how happy he is. This is Tim, community member and team member of BC4, who's worked tirelessly behind the scenes for the last couple of years to help us get to this point. And you obviously know Lloyd and the maestro himself. This is Tom. So we are now ready to go live. And all I have to do, Tim tells me, is click one button. So let me do that. Please don't fall over. Please don't fall over. Please don't fall over. And let me just check and see. Are we live? Please don't fall over. Please don't fall. We are live!
Whoa, we're up.
We are live! Woo! Well done. Look, congratulations, Tim. Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you,
well
Tom.
done. I'm going to do a fist bump with you, Tim, on the camera. There we go. Boom. Yeah.
That's
right.
weird.
There isn't going to be a weekender this weekend because we're going to be monitoring this over the next 24 hours. We're going to be active in the forums. Tomorrow, if all goes well, I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow to be answering questions and to do a tour of the functionality and stuff of the website. We have content scheduled for the weekend, so we have some Let's Plays. We have plenty to keep you guys occupied.
Oh, it just fell over. Just fell over.
Shut up. I'm totally expecting a lot of this over the next while. So yeah, stay tuned. Over the course of the rest of today and tomorrow, we're going to be uploading little videos of descriptions of the functionality and everything that's happening. And we'll just keep you guys as informed as we can. But look, thank you for bearing with us. Apologies it took an extra day or two that we weren't anticipating. But we are back up now. Welcome home.
Good evening, all. As you can see, there's just a lone squirrel because Jerry is obviously on his way to UK Games Expo and is currently cramped in a van with Lloyd and all the others. So let's hope they get out alive. How is everybody? That was 5 years ago, Sancho Panza Villa. The reason being, on the 18th of May, it was 5 years ago that Beast of War 2.0 was launched. And yeah, this is going to be more than just an intro. Since Jerry is not here, I think we should go and look what happened 5 years ago in the past in our hobby. And let me assure you, not all things are pretty. Hello, Sancho Panther, Demon Sub, 87 Collins, MR, Rumbly 8. Pre-2020, the before times. Yeah, Manda, hello. It's a weird... Demon Sub, you only joined in 2021. You... Yeah. He not only looked that way, Sancho. To be frank. Manda, I'm happy for you that you're in a better place now. I do remember that you had a very rough time in between and even took some time out of the hobby, which struck me weird for a reason, but your reasoning was very valid, I think. So, let's take a look on what was on the news way back when. Let's see if this works. Hold on to your hats. Hello, Zork. I am doing rather optimal, I think. Great would be a lie. There's always things that could be better, but then again, who couldn't improve their life one way or the other? So, the Weekender from May the 12th. This was just the Weekender before the release of Beast of War 2.0. Let's just say, I'm pretty sure there's not much left from the crew that's sitting on that table right now. See, there's a Ben on the telly, and a Justin on the chair, and a Hobbit called Sam, and oh god, my name's... help me out, chat. Lance, thank you. Oh god, I'm terrible with names. Yeah. Does anybody remember that setup? It seemed like so long ago, and yeah. So the first thing they go on to is Simon Expo. Since there's no point in talking about an expo that's been dead for 5 years, I don't think we need to go there. Yeah, that's pre-Jerry, I think. I'm pretty sure that's pre-Jerry, because I think he joined around that time when Legion came to full throttle, and that's around these times. So, the first game of the week, Captain Sonar. I had to look that up. I never heard of that. Has anybody of you heard of that game? I for sure didn't, but it must have been somewhat successful, as I found several what you call it, revisions on boardgamegeek.com. Remember when Jerry was just the guy they could actually get to play a game with him? Well, it's not changed much in that regard, is it? Dan Lee has watched The Weekender, but doesn't remember it. Well, to be fair, if you watch every Weekender for the last 5 years, it will be hard to keep track. So, the game basically is some kind of card game. I think that's the gist of it. I really couldn't make heads or tails of it, so I was just passing that by. And in our usual tradition, there are various tabs open showing the news items we see now on screen. Let's go to the first news item. Leia Organa, Commander expansion for Star Wars Legion. Yeah. Feels like an eternity. No, Demon Sub, that Tim is a chap called Nakchak, who actually did some programming for them. So that's a Tim, but a different Tim. So, not me. Yes, you did, Dutch. Welcome. A submarine crew. Well, that explains why I never heard of that game. So, brand new release, Leia Organa for Star Wars Legion. I think this was 4th or something. There hasn't been very much out for Legion at this point, besides the core set and troop boxes. So this was a hell of a lot to take in. And just look at the picture quality. That's just... Oh, Can't even open this properly. No, it just doesn't want to open. I can't click on the pictures. They somehow edited the... oh god. So much has changed that I can't manipulate the pictures. Yes, Dark, then again, if you got your Cassian Andor, just paint him. He's a interesting little character. And his robot companion is very nice to paint. Very detailed miniature. I enjoyed painting him very much. So Leia Organa out for Legion for about 5 years now. I think I had her out to play once, but that's more or less because I mainly play the Empire. So, and my opponent usually plays the same old list with just Luke. No, Sancho, that's not your eyesight. Those pictures are actually fuzzy. I don't know if they were that bad from FFG's website back in the day, or if there's some conversion crap going on in the background. Tuffy, if you took 5 years for your Imperials, I guess you'll be taking a lot longer for your Rebels because they are more complicated to paint. No, or not good. They actually worked a bit faster this time. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's not the project system. So yeah, Leia Organa being released brand new way back when. The second news item, coincidentally also minted towards Legion, was Battlefield in a box. I think this box isn't available anymore because the cannon on the right is an actual play piece you can get from Atomic Mass Games now. So, and to be honest, I've looked at them in person. They didn't look that great. Question mark. I seem to remember having taken a closer look at them when they were brand new in the shop, and I really didn't like them. It was a nice idea, and I'm pretty astounded that Atomic Mass Games haven't released the Hoth laser bunker on the left as a playable piece, or even as a scenario pack like the downed ATST. There's so much stuff still in the original trilogy they haven't touched on. Well, I guess they will do in time, hopefully. If Shatterpoint doesn't take all the credits. Maybe they started as small pigs and Lloyd and bigger dated them. Yeah, that's not far from the realms of possibilities. And here's a generator. Who has seen a generator? I think what bugged me about this the most is that it's just one of these 2/3 circles and nothing else, which is a bit boring. Yeah, Tavi, that would be a very interesting expansion. A round thing. And also, who plays Legion without having any deserty-like buildings? I think Adobe is the term for it. Not unsimilar to a running Kickstarter from Fugu right now. Oh no, I forgot to set up my... do I need my soundboard? I think I need my soundboard. Where's my soundboard? Where's my soundboard at? Hold on. Oh, this is when I'm not prepared. Oh, forgive me. Where is it? There it is. Launch soundboard. And where is it? Oh, there it is.
Fugu.
I'm not sure, Sancho. It might take away some players, but on the other hand, several players have been expressing their wish for using terrain from Shatterpoint in Legion. My mode line button? Don't know what you're talking about. Did anybody else think Warren's wall on the XLVS needed another layer of dry brushing? Did he already dry brush it? I think this was still unpainted. Yeah, Jerry's not here and doesn't hold me online. In line, rather. Yeah, this was a time when people were going back for Legion. You know what would be funny? Hold on. We'll just put in our usual comment, but replace the word project with page. And then go clicky here, do that, and leave that as a comment. Let's see if we can irritate anybody. Oh, and we also need to do that on the layer thing a bit. Oops! Nope. There's nobody screen grabbed that. So, what came after Battlefield in the Box by Gale Force 9? Blood Red Skies. That's a game I've at least heard of. Ah, no, technical difficulties will be left to the guys on Thursday. I'm just incapable of doing things proper. Yeah, I'm hoping something along those lines. Oh, it's speaking of technical difficulties. I got myself a new toy. Anybody guess what this is? I know it's not a flag. Though it could be. Yeah. What's wrong with you people? And it's not like even Crispin is here, and you all go for the dildo. No, she would kill me, Tuffy. No, that's actually a green screen with a appropriate stand that was very cheaply available in a local store, so I just nicked that. And I may be experimenting with that. Demon, to be fair, I think you're doing a footy joke, but I have no idea. Oh, Orinoco, that's below the belly. You take that back. Yes, they are, but for some things I might need a different background, want a different background, so those are... They're not going anywhere, at least not for this kind of content. But when doing different things, I might be adding a green screen. Or if I do another hobby painting session, just to have only my beautiful face in your face. Yes, almost nicked it. Because it was so cheap, of course I didn't nick it. And if I did, I wouldn't confess on stream, would I? I would be stupid to do so. You weird lot. Coming back to 5 years ago, so Blood Red Guys seemed to be the latest obsession of John at the time. And I think that's a game that's still going on, isn't it? if memory serves. I never looked into it because, well, it's not my time scale, not my period of history I like to play, and also at the same time I was already heavily invested in X-Wing, so why play something different again? Let's irritate the staff. Oop, window. James, welcome. Also, going invisible would be interesting. It's a mediocre game. Well, I couldn't tell, but if it's still selling, it couldn't be that bad, could it? Because normally mediocre games die, more or less, sooner or later. Did I forget to hit the post button, or is OTT slow again? No, it just now gone. Oh, Orinoco, 40k, yeah. Let's not go down that route, otherwise we will summon the fanboys. I think there are many pilot games, and what's the one called again in alternate history, World War II, with the weird plane designs? What was that called again? There was also a video game for it, and miniature games with pre-played miniatures. No, not Porco Rosso, though that's a nice anime. Oh, God in heaven. Crimson Skies. Yes, that's the one. I was looking at eBay, browsing through things that would end in the next few minutes, and there was somebody actually selling not an insignificant amount of Crimson Sky stuff, and I was tempted because I really like the plane design. They just look so weird and nice. But yeah, I need to keep my monies together for the real important hobby things, like Legion and Bot War. Was it 1920s? I don't remember. Was it pre-World War II? I might as well be. It's all a blur. Yeah, I think on modern PC it doesn't work as well. I think I had it or have it on Xbox. No, Xbox, not 360. It's somewhere, I think, around here. Harold Hughes time. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I need someone to make me the Bot War jingle, and then I put it on my soundboard. So every time Jerry says Bot War, I just hit the button. Saga, you say? Yeah, let me just... Bloody hell, I need to get myself some scribbling paper when doing streams. Now I need a pen. Where's a pen? There's a pen. I will now do a war button reminder. Oh, did it use the same rules as Battle like Airstrike? Well, that's an interesting take. Had I known this before, I might have taken up the miniatures just for shits and giggles to use them in Battletech. So, let's see, what else was on the news way back when? War Machine Hordes. This feels like a, what you called it? Like a, not flashback, God, I'm totally bad with words today. Yes, a lifetime ago, and also... Oh, fucking hell. Deja vu. Blast from the Past would be also very much. It hasn't been so long that War Machine had done some re-releases. Correct me if I'm wrong, so this is why I may feel this is like a deja vu. And when I looked over these miniatures just before the show to get a feeling of what's awaiting us, I think these minis still look very nice today, even 5 years after. And I think some of these miniatures would be a blast to paint. Does anybody in the audience have still fond memories of this game or of the miniatures? Demon Sub played once and then sold his army. Was the game that bad, or was it just so different from anything else? Remember looking at miniatures in the shop. Well, to be honest, I think we all had 1 or 2 games we just looked at the miniatures and never cared for buying them because we knew the game isn't for us. Yeah, Danley, I think that's the biggest problem of the whole industry as a whole. People are too fixated on Games Workshop at times, and I mean, if people enjoy Games Workshop stuff, that's all fine and good, but I hear people complain and yet they play, so what's up with that? If I don't like a game, I don't play it. I mean, if I need my game board fixed and my friends like Games Workshop games and I don't, I think I need to find other people to play. Or at least have them play my games as well. Yeah, so I think the investment part is a very valid concern, and I think at the time of War Machine Hordes 5 years ago, there weren't as many, as they called it, miniature agnostic games, so you basically had no choice. Yeah. The funny thing is, most people I know who play any Games Workshop game to any extent have at least 1 or 2 other games they play as well. So be it Bolt Action, X-Wing, Legion, Freebooters Fades, and Infinity even. So there's always something to go around. I don't think I've got very many people in my direct circle of friends who only play Games Workshop or only one kind of game. Yeah, Emma, I get that point. The thing with card games is you actually can't play another game with your Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever cards. But if you have an orc miniature, you can use them in basically any game that uses orcs, unless there's a certain requirement of bases or anything. No, I actually haven't. I don't think I have met 30k players yet. I mean, Do you remember when, way back when, before the event, when we had Snag and Normie on Beast of War? Maybe we should rephrase that and go out and say Snag a Games Workshop cultist. Grab someone in your circle of friends who's only playing Games Workshop products and make him play one or two games that are completely different and see how it goes. Just make him play a game. Doesn't need to be large game. Snag a cultist, yeah. Man, I do get that. I really do. It just I don't get it. Why are these fanatics fanatical? CP, that's something, but I think you have a way of what's the word I'm looking for? Pushing people into playing with you. Also, it helps that you have ample miniatures to show them how it's done. Yeah, but that's the kind of thing I was thinking about. Play Frostgrave with your Warhammer Fantasy Battle miniatures. Play Stargrave with your 40k miniatures. Do what's it called? Space Station Zero something? There are so many games. Yeah, it's... And the thing is, if they want to play Grimdark, why not go one-page rules? And I'm guessing there will be other weird games out there as well. Test plastics. Now you're making us all jealous. All jelly. Bright dark. Exactly, Demon Soul. It's more easier than ever to use Games Workshop miniatures in anything else. And especially since Games Workshop is looking to upscale, primarize the Warhammer Fantasy Old World. So... yeah, but we're not limiting people to Games Workshop miniatures. It's about people only having played Games Workshop miniatures and then needing to nudge them in the right direction so they don't need to invest in anything other than a bit of time and maybe a dice or two. If I recall correctly, the current only friendly local GameStop here locally sells Games Workshop and Bones, Reaper Bones. That's all. I'm not sure what you're talking about, James. FFG doesn't do Ewoks. Yeah, I think that's more or less the point of it all, Pete. Games Workshop is a closed ecosystem now and doesn't really like interacting with other hobbies, especially since they've branched out so much in the video game industry. Ah, okay, James, now I get you. I don't mind playing with other minis. It's actually the cards for the unit you would need for an official tournament. And I've seen a lot of people going homebrew, so there's not really much going on there. Yeah, Emma, that and the background, the lore is what took me in with second and third edition 40k way back when. But Games Workshop has redacted their own lore so many times, it's just not funny anymore. If at least the lore would be consistent, I wouldn't mind as much, but man, they retcon so many things. Oh, James, you're using that word again. You're missing an H there. It's Landsknecht. I'm always cringing when they say Landsknecht. It's Landsknecht. Listen and repeat. Landsknecht. Again. Landsknecht. And no, there's no S at the end. Landsknecht. And it's land, and the Knecht is the, what's it called in English? It's the helpless hand on a farm. No, not knight. Knecht. Served sounds right. Apprentice. I'm guessing somewhere someone will be cringing right now and having the correct proper English term for that. Yeah, peasant, that's the one. Yeah, land peasant. Or lance peasant, if it actually is a lanze, as in lance. Wheelbarrow, no, I don't think it's a wheelbarrow. I think peasant is more or less the right way to go. Ah, you're distracting me again. Followed by air peasants. So, what was another piece of news that week was Escape from the Dark Castle. And this was a bit of a shock to me, because had anybody asked me how long ago Escape the Dark Castle has been out, I wouldn't have thought it was that long. Oh, Dark Dungeon, I know the pain of owning things and not playing. Somewhere behind me there's a good portion of almost every release of zombies. I've played it, I think, twice. Unwashed masses. Yeah, I really do like the look of Escape to the Dark Castle and the Dark Sector. It's very on brand, and also very much distinctive from most other things. I think I don't think I've looked up.
Hello,
if
you're
that
about
thing
to
is available in German, if that ever got translated. I think I need to look that up. Oh, just look at these young fellows. Can you name it all? Yes, Nudge, the one where you got the glow-in-the-dark zombies as an extra. Tiny Warren. Yeah, from the left to right, Lance, a guy which names escape me, and Justin. I'm pretty sure Abs. If you're telling me he's all called as, yeah, we go with as. Lance as Justin. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Or very appropriate with the green fire background. Yeah, but the main story in the weekend back then was The World of Godslayer, a Kickstarter from MacLeod Games. Does anybody remember that? In case you don't remember, I think there's a reason to that. Because if you click on the Kickstarter link, yeah, the project got cancelled halfway through. Which is, well, not good, I guess. So that thing went nowhere. Yeah, Stanley, that's correct. That may be because it's a different mindset. And I think the main reason why Ben is still there is because, well, he's all over the place with his hobbies. And also not in the store. I guess that helps. Staying clear of erratic brothers. I'm pretty sure they all had their own reasons, and at one point, I think I even, if I'm not misremembering, Uncle Adam from Tabletop Minions was a part of Beasts of War US. So this is some time ago. Yeah, and Daughter gets played, but that's how do you call it? It's more on par with bolt action and stuff. I'm not going to check, Danley, if somebody is still listed as staff page. So, but the news also got onto different Kickstarters. And remember, this is a news page from 5 years ago. And one of the Kickstarters is Hellboy. And I don't know if you can see this. Look at the date last updated. This is merely 6 weeks ago. This Kickstarter has been updated again. And do correct me, but wasn't Mantic in some kind of hot water because of repaying shipping costs? Question mark. Wasn't there something, or was it a different company? Oh, that's really annoying. If they do this on one or two of them, but on every Kickstarter, that's just annoying as fuck. Let's see what. Oh, it doesn't want to. Show me Dungeon Saga. Yeah. Terrain Crate 3. Umbrella Academy. So basically, yeah, the last related update was from 21. At that point, you can just let it go, I think. Mythic was the one. Mantic equals Kings of War. Mythic, bad Kickstarters. Yeah, The thing is, a Kickstarter is not a pre-order, so if you back a project and the project just falls flat on its face because sudden rise of costs, there's basically nothing you can do about it. It's just, yeah, you invested money in a project, it fell flat. Sucks to be you. Oh, Dog Dating, I'm not bad-mouthing anybody, I was merely stating a question. The funny thing is, there's so many ways you can go around buffering extra costs that stack up. I mean, obviously, the best way is to have a good prediction of what costs will be, so that you're actually collecting money will be enough to bring out the product. If that doesn't work, then there are different ways. For example, and this is something I really like, Michael Martin of Tabletop Workshop fame from YouTube has done a second terrain book, and this is just going to the printer, and since prices have gone up, he's left with a bit of a lack of funds. He didn't ask the backers to pay up for the raised cost, but instead he took stuff that was cut from the book that didn't make the printing run, put it in a PDF, and then did a second Kickstarter for that. So basically, you're just getting a PDF for a very small amount of money, and that is helping him offset the printing costs of the book. That's a way I can get behind, because it's voluntarily, you get something tangible extra for your money, and it's barely with costs for him, so it's a win-win all over. Oh man, what Kickstarter is that? Burk minis? I think the Pirates of the Dread Sea expansion. I think I've heard of that. And I think the only handful of Kickstarters I've backed that just went bust are some indie type video games that just quietly died for whatever reason. Ninja Division are the suckest company ever with Kickstarter. I don't know if I've ever meddled with them. You could have backed Kingdom Death All in. Ooch. let's not be too negative about all this. There's another Kickstarter that's in here. That's Darwin's Choice, an actual board game. This has been going. This was funded, and let's see if these last updates. Yeah, we know you have trouble. Go load the page, you wankers. Well. Yeah, also just campaign updates. Sadly. But again, a board game I never heard of before. And I think I've never seen somewhere. But this was in the news. Now it's not the internet, it's tech in general that hates me. This is why I have a rubber mallet at work and I bash these servers when they don't work like the way they like to. Now, James, I think the longest running Kickstarter is actually Star Citizen. And don't at me, that thing will never end. It'll never leave alpha. This thing will never get a release. That's just burn money. Hello there, Nick. Yeah, going back from this game nobody seems to be being heard of. Skull Tales. Can't say I've seen or heard anything of that. Looks like a piratey game of some description. It's just astounding. That's 5 years ago, and from 3 Kickstarters that I mentioned, or 4 if we count the main story, I've never seen or heard from 3 of those. Now, Demon Sub, Star Citizen was actually pitched as a spiritual successor to Wing Commander, and it should have started with a solo campaign, and when you end your solo campaign, your character would be ported over to a MMO universe that's fully immersive. The single-player campaign was with highly acclaimed actors like Luke Skywalker and Dana Scully, and hasn't seen anything but some cutscenes. Yes, James, it's still a broken mess, and at times the website was so badly coded that it actually stalled my PC, just the website. Not to speak of the game engine itself. Yeah, and he's returning in some way or form in Squadron 42, as the single player spin-off is called. He was in Wing Commander 3 and 4. Yeah, what was the subtitle? Heart of the Tiger? I think. I've got the game sitting on my shelf here somewhere, but I can't reach it right now. Malcolm McDowell, yeah, that's also the one. Not the original Water 2, the third. Price of Freedom, I think that's the 4th one? An extension to Wing Commander 3? We could just look it up, but the court case at the end, that might be possible. I seem to remember. The funny thing is they used actually proper people in cat suits as killed what was it called? Kilrathi. Yeah, and Privateer is the well, spiritual successor or predecessor to Star Citizen. So yeah, Chris Roberts doing stuff. We go to space. Yes, Caliga McDooley. Yeah, that's the show from way back when. Some of you said you're missing that format, and I'd be lying if I say I wouldn't missing that one. What's the space game with John Hurt and Clive Owen? I don't know. And sadly, Privateer 2. Dune! Yeah, Demon Sub, I do understand that the way they did it, it didn't work for Ben. And if you remember, I was on the what you call it? The literally thing, the Star Wars Weekender. I was on the telly as well, and it's very irritating not to see anything. Though there had been technically possible to give him a chance of seeing what's on the table, and I feel they should have just let him see what's up. Yes, they're en route to UK Games Expo. That's why Jerry isn't here. Oh yeah, the darkening. Let's not go there. I think that there have been pros and cons to the Weekender and XLBS being in person. I think I know why they are doing it the way they are doing it, because it's more easy to do. But still, I'd wish they do the occasional round table approach. Maybe do a show a month as an in-person show, and then go the other ones from home. This is it when you yeah, Demon Sub, that's exactly it. Jerry has a way to go, and as you said before, with Ben being on a remote workspace anyhow. See, this is where I'm in a personal conflict. On the one hand, I'm, as a consumer, really want them to go back to the old format, at least for some of the shows, to have them in a place together and have the chemistry work as it should. On the other hand, as a creator, I know how fucking awful it is if something takes that long time. Oh, Dr. Ennigan, if they would do it once a month, I think that Ben could work as Ben on the telly, or even just do a show without Ben to have him have his day off. Not anymore. Lloyd has been seen in public. He even went on vacation. He's taken stuff around the world and taking pictures of his miniatures in public in weird places. They could do the show at Warren's place in his dungeon of darkness. Though I'm not sure if the ceiling height would accommodate for Jerry. Yes, Rocky. What's on Jerry's shelf? That's for the archaeologists to decide. I'm not channeling Crispin. Yes, Warren's dungeon of tiny fighting man pleasure. Oh, I hate it when YouTube stops playing. Saturday Night Dungeon. Yeah, I think that's the main problem, James. They stopped doing most of the studio stuff altogether. At least it feels that way. The only thing that seem to be getting done are promoted Let's Plays, and that's not really the content most of us signed up for, I guess. Amanda do that Flexi-Whip or a what's it called? The smaller horsey pointy stick. Is it a whip? No. What's it called again? Maybe they should just sprinkle the office with webcams and stream everything from the studio all the time. Well, but speaking of streaming, this weekend will be streamed a lot from UK Games Expo. No, not Cat o' Nine Tails. There's a shorter semi-whip that's used in horse riding. It's a more stiff thing. Could be a crop. I would need my dictionary to look that up. I'm not sure if I don't think if you could call it lazy. Maybe there's just some fire missing. I don't know. I've never met the guys in person, so I can't only speak about my interactions with Jerry at times, and the 2 times I've talked to Ben. And doing an endeavor like Beast of War is a team effort. And if you don't have a vision, for lack of a better term, I think it's hard to go in a direction. And I think the behind the scenes work is actually something that is taking time, since, if I understand correctly, Warren and Lloyd now need to fulfill proper jobs. Sorry, not meaning to be rude or something, but they're not just the ones behind an endeavor, but they are they need to report to a higher up. Yeah, I see what you mean. The hunger, the thirst for achieving stuff. If anything that bugs me really about this 5-year anniversary is that there are still sections on the webpage that are stated as soon to come, and they never materialized. And let's see if this is showing up on screen. Yeah, see that there's volunteer, forum and activity, quick access, apply for a channel, add a game, add a company, add a professional, add a place. I know these things take time, but for the love of Flock, it's 5 years. So Deadly, I don't think they forgot those features, or that's a lack of product management. I think there's just nobody actually in office capable of doing it on top of the workload that's already there. And the framework sure doesn't help. The project system itself actually is working. I think there's a more baseline problem within the construction of the site. I've did after last week, I did some digging, and there's some weird IP shenanigans happening in the background. So I'm guessing there's some misconfiguration somewhere in a data center where they are hosted. So there's something not right, which is causing weird stability issues. Yeah, it's WordPress, and that's the... I'm not going to comment on that. That's a business decision that has been made that it could have worked. It didn't. Yeah, Nick, either delete footer items or just actually talk to Business Daddy, as Jerry says, and get some external help to make them work. I had customers always wanting to do things with in-house materials, and that's just not going to cut it in some form. At some point you need external help. You need a professional that is paid to do the job and is not doing things out of generosity in his spare time. Good night, Rhonda. Hopefully see you next week. Oh, Pete, I think WordPress is used very widely, but only for simple things. WordPress is nice, it's easy to use, it's modular to a degree, but it's not made for this kind of ginormous handling of stuff. And I I couldn't tell, but I think the project system itself is actually something homebrew. So why not go the full mile? And also, the forum, quote-unquote forum software for WordPress is a nightmare. But again, we have been over this time and time again, and it's not in our power to do anything about it. We can raise our concerns, we can talk about it. Oh, James, if you ever do that, give me a call. I'll make sure that one of my domains will have a data bank waiting for that to happen. In case you lot didn't know, just for shits and giggles, I set up a forum way back when. John. Bloody hell. Pete was there. Yes, a forum, a proper one. Yes, you were there. It's you joined just for shits and giggles. You and I think Lena and I were the only 3 people in that. And the funny thing is, the link to the forum is on the YouTube video descriptions of every of my videos. Oh, just let me say this as a summarized version of my thoughts. I do love Beast of War and on tabletop as a community, with the team and the effort that's put in there. The site leaves some things to be desired. And I know things can't be just make happen. But I feel there has been little progress in the last 3 years. The last thing I remember was the red paint update, and that didn't do very much. Again, it's not my site. It's not my responsibility, nor is it my place to critique somebody with a working, living and breathing system. And let's face it, if Games Workshop does a new game system every umpteen years, we could maybe a Beast of War 3.0? Perhaps? Yeah, the event sure didn't help in any way, shape or form. Though, to be honest, the website doesn't care if there's a pandemic going on or not. I don't think I'll get banned. No, it doesn't do new systems, but it does iterate on stuff. I think I've how do you put it? I think everybody over at On Tabletop is aware of things that are not right. And as long as we stay in a mannered way of discussion, there shouldn't be any problem. I know things can get heated, and there will be reasons. Yes, I know you're basically joking, but there's always the You know, Beast of War is the brainchild of Warren and Lloyd, so it's always difficult to talk about those things without being come across as rude or snobby. It's just, man, you've got something there. OTT is a nice place. It's a cool community. Ask Business Daddy for some money and then invest in some coders to actually get some of the features off the table. Maybe have someone look into why routing of IPs is so erratic at times. I'm rambling. Oh wait. I mean, we managed to get to our tightly scripted 30 minutes, so... Oh no, please do not do a Kickstarter. Please do not. The only thing that I would go for if they hadn't sold off to Wayland would be if they would have started selling shares of the company. Imagine that. Shareholder of OTT. And there would be a board of CEOs or something. On a tiny scale, of course, but would be fun, wouldn't it? Just putting it out there. Coffee's empty. Yeah, it's all about making business decisions and taking risks. A board of gamers. Yeah, and executive decisions will be made by the throw of a dice. Speaking of cats, mine are starting to get hungry again, so I'm going off feeding them. I wish you lot a nice evening, and I'm pretty stoked about what's going to happen on the weekend. I hope for some interesting news. Maybe somebody is bombing the table, the Star Wars Shatterpoint table. No, not really. Don't do that. That's evil. Yeah. Wayland Investment could have done more, but on the other hand, we don't know what actually happened in the background and how the financial situation was to begin with, so just keep our fingers crossed that some spark will be igniting any fire anytime soon. And with that being said, get off my lawn.